know, with like planning and everything, la vida, like busy.
But you hit me
Traveling.
at a perfect time because we're in hiatus right now, so we're not shooting nothing, and I'm working on my own stuff and just hanging out with my kids. So it's perfect timing. Like
God's
you
timing,
said, God's
baby.
timing.
Yeah, man, I'm good. All right. I swear we all put like pages of notes for
We
this,
did.
brother.
We did, but then he's just coming in with so much knowledge and just so you're very grounded.
Oh, I
It
appreciate that.
seems like very, very confident. Have you always been this version of yourself?
I'm glad it's coming off like that because no, I'm not. I second guess myself all the time, and I make sure I do for the fact that I want to see whatever we're talking about from so many different angles. So I'm open to your angle and yours. It just sheds light on something, and we can all see it a little clearer.
Yeah.
And I now am at the place where I feel everything that I have now is not because of just solely me, but because of the great people I've had in my life.
Oof.
So I really can't claim too much of it. The confidence that you're feeling from me, actually, I'm gonna have to shout out my boy Mo McCray and my boy JJ Soria, who I just
Oh,
had a conversation with earlier today. That's my brother
we
right
had him
now.
on the pod 2 years ago.
Yeah,
JJ Sodia.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
We just had a 2-hour conversation earlier today, and he spoke life into me, and he was
Oh,
like, "Man, you're not seeing how incredible you are, and you gotta live with a little bit more self-love because you can offer a lot more than what you are right now if you just do that."
yeah.
So the confidence you're feeling right now is because of him.
I think sometimes you just gotta show yourself grace. You
Mm.
know, be kind to the person in front of the mirror because if you're not kind to yourself, how do you expect anybody else to be? You know, and you walk with such poise and such purpose because you have so much on your plate, so much to live for, so much going for you, even at young age with so much already done. But how you said, your moment's just starting. Look what everything's coming and how everything is playing around. So the moment you switch the am I good enough? Am I doing enough? You switch it to fuck, I'm proud of myself. I am good. I did do a lot. Sometimes I just gotta take a take a little breath, even if it's for an hour, right? Like you get home, even if you just shut everything off for an hour, breathe, take a deep breath. You're just like, all right.
That comes, I think, from yourself, but it also comes from the people around you, like you said, having a good support
Mm.
system. How important has that played in your life?
Being in the industry that we are, it is very hard to find friends, let alone friends that you call family,
Yeah.
that can be what we grew up in, which is you hit your friend, hey, you want to come over? Yeah, I'm there.
Facts.
That doesn't happen out here. You hit
No.
somebody, nah, bro, I got an audition, I got to do this, and I'll hit you up next week.
It comes with what is it? What's in it for
What's in
me?
it for me?
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, what do I get out of this? Like, if I go, what are you giving me?
Man, it's defeating to the soul. So that's why I'll be the first one to give all the glory to my friends that I call family, and especially my family that I've reconnected with. They mean everything. They breathe life into me all the time. When I don't feel it myself, they bring it to me. So, yes, you're correct. They're my community. They're my tribe, whatever you want to call it. And through them, I think I step into my own sense of purpose. And you're completely correct, by the way, about the purpose. For me personally, I'm really, really bad about giving myself flowers and telling myself what I'm good at.
Mm-hmm.
But I noticed that if I have a clear sense of purpose, I don't have to do it. Other people will say it.
100%.
I just do the work.
100%. I think, I think we're like two peas in a pod, bro. Because we go so fast and we think we're not doing enough.
Hmm.
But everybody around us is like, fool, like, slow the fuck down. Like, you're doing so much.
Yeah.
I have a great support system. And I'm just like, fool, like, it's not enough. Like, there's so much room. There's so much opportunity to do. And I sit back and I'm just like, okay, they're telling me this for a reason. And then I get a random person to tell me, dude, you guys done so much. I'm like, okay.
And that's the thing. It takes somebody else to like tell you, because we'll tell him all the time. I'm like, my boy, slow down. You're gonna burn out. Nah, no hace caso. But the moment somebody else, just a random person, tells them, what does he do? Well, I'm taking a break. I'm taking a break. You know what? He's never gonna admit it. He's never gonna say, hey, you know what, Pepe, you were right, but hey,
There's no
he'll
harm
do
You're
in
too
it.
wanting to
close.
reach for the stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
In an interview, and glad we're talking about this, I believe you said Kenneth Choi told you to get your act together in your 911 seasons. How important is it and how valuable is it to have someone of that caliber see that in you to tell you, hey, I hope you don't take it wrong, but get your shit together?
Changed my life. Again, it was another life-changing moment. I was in a moment where I was getting defeated. I was putting in hella work into 911, and my scenes were getting cut. Uh, Other people were getting highlighted a little bit more than myself. I'm like, okay, so what am I?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm really adding to this show or whatnot. So you know what? Let me just phone it in. Let me just learn the lines last second. It's like they're gonna cut it anyway, right?
Yeah.
And then it was the scene between me and Bobby where I'm trying to tell Bobby about my ex-wife, and how we were supposed to get married. And she said that I think we're sitting in the firehouse, and I'm like bawling a little bit or whatnot. And Kenneth pulls me. He's like, my boy, you got a future, man. What are you doing? If you don't put in the time and the energy, you're never gonna get to where we all know you can get. And who you are is very unique in itself. We don't have another like Latin superstar like you. We need to see this.
Yeah.
Please do the work. So he'd hand me books, and he handed me a bunch of stuff that I need to study, and then I just took it and ran with it. So I'm both grateful for the fact that he was able to send me the message at the time, and I'm also grateful for the fact that I was able to receive it.
Yeah. And you're talking about feeling this way. I mean, even after Step Up and after a movie with Jennifer Lopez, like, does that just transpire from you believing your own self worth and what you're good for and what, because being in your own mind can be one of the most devastating things, that it can kill your opportunities just because you think it's not enough or you're not doing enough.
I've been pretty open about my mental health struggles, and that time period in my life was, let me just work as hard as I can to get the job. And then once I got the job, let me just try and work as hard as I can to please whoever I'm working for. It had nothing to do with what I actually have to offer and like how good I am at something.
Yeah.
So it was very defeating in a sense that I was always feeling like I was playing catch up.
Yeah.
And I've said this in other interviews as well, that I didn't call myself an actor for the longest time because I was like, I'm a fraud. I'm an imposter. Y'all don't know. I just fight. And like, that's all I really want to do, to be honest. Like, this is kind of like just, I'm getting paid a lot of money. And if you didn't pay me this amount of money, I'd be right back in the octagon. And luckily, I had a changing in my ways. And then I got to see and hear from people like Kenny. And then more so recently from a lot of different fans, which I'm getting a lot of love in this last year that I haven't gotten. And it all kind of comes in waves. You're here one minute and they're gone the next. And it's weird when it goes because you're so used to it when it's there.
Yeah.
But I think at this point in time, I'm just so grateful and I'm so open in receiving it in a way that I couldn't receive it prior, that now it just makes me want to keep on moving forward.
Yeah.
amazing. I mean, it's hearing you talk about it and being so open to receiving, advice from other people and etc. Was there a moment throughout your journey that maybe you hit rock bottom that made you a little open-minded and a little more receptive to all of this that people are giving you, where it really humbled you?
Yeah, and I go back to 8 years ago, and I'm not sure familiar with any of my past, but I try to take my own life, and that moment just changed everything for me. And when you have a moment like that, you have to kind of sit back after and be like, well, what do I know? Because clearly what I thought I knew got me to this place where I didn't see coming.
Yeah.
And I was about to extinguish something that could help so many people. I mean, not just my family, but the people I interact with on a day-to-day basis. Like, what am I doing? And that's when you have to get beyond yourself. So that was the first step of many. And I would say the next big step would be, you know, having kids. It's just like you think outside of yourself. So I understood that I was really good at sending out good messages, horrible at receiving them. And if you want to have any kind of good communication, it don't work like that. So,
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
no.
exactly.
Story of our lives, huh?
Story of our life, bro.
Man,
Well,
it's a process, though.
yeah, I do want to say I'm glad you're still here.
I appreciate that.
Let's point that out. 'Cause we're glad, and everybody that gets to watch you in your series, movies, and and have even interacted with you are very glad you're still here.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You know,
Yes.
and I think we talked about this probably like last week, and it's you know, that's rock bottom. You know, when you feel you have no other option, like this is it. But then you get over that, or not get over it because it comes in waves, right? It's mental health.
It took me a while.
Yeah, it comes in waves, but to understand, like, man, there's a brighter side to this. Like, what's that famous quote? This too shall pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I take that with the good and the bad. So again, going back to like all this new love that I'm getting from everybody, I'm like, this too shall pass at one point in time.
Yeah.
So what can I take from this at that moment? And how can it positively affect my character so that when it goes away, I don't lose a piece of me again?
Yeah. 'Cause I think, if I'm right, you stepped foot back in church at a specific date in your life. That was probably one of the most hurtful, most questioning moments in your life. And the reason I say that is because I unfortunately went through same thing, and I still got a lot of questions. But, you know, shout out to a great friend of yours and a great person that everybody got to see was Twitch.
Yeah. Man, I'm talking to his brother and his cousin right now, and we're trying to work on something in light of him. But yeah, that was a pivotal moment in that was again just something that no one saw coming. I was on the set of 911, and it was so strange that everybody knew on set, and they assumed that I knew, but I didn't know nothing. And then I'm over here, you know, doing what I usually do. Hey, what's good? How you doing? Blah, blah. I give everybody hugs as soon as I get there. Like, Ryan's hella happy. Like, what the fuck is wrong? Like, and then my boy Tony Bellissimo hits me up, and this man is like a total alpha male. Like, he's a brother of mine, but he was balling, and he let me in, and I haven't cried that hard in a very long time. But yeah, getting back into church was his celebration of life. And I was always kind of like, after being raised Catholic and so strict for so long, I had this rebellious kind of nature, and I was like, man, this ain't for me.
Yeah.
Like, you're telling me if I do one wrong thing, I'm going to hell? So I'm already there, apparently.
What time are you going? Because I'm going too. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll see you guys there. Man, so, then he brought me back in, and I started to get the message a little differently. And I started to work on my communication with God and understand from a completely different perspective of what this is really about. You know, honoring God and allowing us to be vessels of Him, and the gifts that we were given, you know, to share them with other people that didn't inherit those but inherited their own, and they get to share theirs with us. So it's like we're supposed to be one big collaborative effort, which, again, in the state that we're in right now, and especially in this kind of nation, like, we need more of. You know, we need to be walking in the faith of God. But all power to Twitch. his light did not get extinguished. His body's not here no more, but his presence is still here.
100%.
And till the day I die, I'm gonna be keeping that thing alive.
I think I'll go for it. Sorry.
No, I mean, so what do you think your lesson, I guess, what do you think you're here to teach people?
I don't think I'm here to teach anybody anything. I'm here to invite them to be their truest version of themselves and to love one another. I think we got a lot of fighting, but we don't have enough love. And you can't love another person if you don't love yourself, like you were saying. So I think a lot of people are out there walking and emulating like they have everything right and they're pro-love and everything, but then they go home and they hate on themselves.
Yeah.
So it's not truthful. It's not authentic.
Yeah.
So if anything, I'm just inviting you to love yourself.
And showing people the true side to it.
Exactly.
not
We can all be
perfect.
flawed.
Yeah.
We say stupid things. I've done plenty of stupid things. I've said stupid things. But that's not who I am. Those are just elements of my growth.
Yeah. Like, everybody has a past, It makes us who we are now.
Exactly.
And if at any point you regret it, I mean, we all do, but if we had it any other way, I don't think we would be this that we are now.
Yes.
And, when you come in with friendships and relationships, you have to kind of understand that you're coming at a point of their life where they already had another life. Either you accept who they are now and you love that version, or just don't waste their time, right? And that's friends and family, any sort of relationship, because it could be one-sided very fast. I believe we said it so many times where it's like, takers have no limit, but givers also have no limit. So you have to realize what is your own limit, right? Because you as a giver, we're like that. We're givers. Todo lo que necesitas. And then you come to a point where like, well, fuck,
Depleted.
te doy todo, I give you everything, and I'm left with nothing now. I'm empty. So at what point in your life now, like, did you realize, I gotta love me first? And if I don't take care of this, then I can't be a great father, a great friend, a great son, a great everything.
My divorce, it was the first time, I think, within my dating history that I chose myself.
Oh.
And that's no shade on any of the women I've been with. I don't think I was aware that you could. I from what I was raised in and what I saw for representations of love, I thought there was always going to be someone that takes and always someone that gives, and usually the guy or girl whoever is taking is the one winning in the relationship, and the giver he's like, a martyr. It's like, you sacrificed everything, here you go.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, well, I guess that's my role, martyr. And that's not the case. So I think, and I give this all respect to my ex-wife and the mother of my children, we had a learning process within the 7 years of understanding whatever that relationship was. And I'm grateful now at this point to look back on it and be like, oh, okay, through you, I was able to learn how to love myself. Whether it came in this like version of divorce or not, doesn't matter. But I'm grateful now that I actually got that message, though.
Yeah.
You learned something out of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of good things that came out of that.
Nothing teaches you better than a heartbreak.
So then let me ask you this, Ryan. Do you believe in right person, wrong timing?
Damn.
I think that would go against God's timing.
Talk about it.
So I don't think if it would have been the right person, they would have stuck around, and God wouldn't have taken them out of my life. At that point, I mean, there's reasons, seasons, and lifetimes, right, for things. That happened just to be a season or a reason. Now, whoever the person is that hops into my life, and I like to think of it now as I attract into my life rather than me go and chase or persuade or like put on some kind of show of like who I think they want me to be.
Yeah.
Just be me.
Yeah.
And I can attract them into my life. That's my lifetime.
Funny question, but is it hard dating, being at your level of publicity and fame? Like, is that hard?
Yeah, you can never.
He's like, yeah.
A little spicy, but
Yeah, that shit is hard. Yeah, my voice cracked even from it. Like, yeah. No, that shit is hard. Yeah, I think in general right now it's a hard. It's hard for anybody to date because there's a lot of comparison out there.
Ooh.
You know, and social media ain't helping nobody. So you see some pretty lady on Instagram, you start comparing this person to that person. You didn't know that she goes back to her house and treats everybody like shit. And you're like, oh, man. You don't know anything about no one, but everybody's presenting the perfect versions of themselves.
Yeah.
So I would say to me dating in my personal life, there's so many more things that I got to be aware of now. Like, what's your intention?
Yeah.
Okay, were you a avid fan before you met me and all you're trying to do is tackle that mountain real quick, you know? Or are you really trying to get to know me and grow with me, which more times than not.
Are you dating Eddie or are you dating Ryan?
Exactly. You don't know. Are you dating Noah from Boy Next Door? I mean, there's a lot of different things.
But if they were trying to date Noah, I mean, they were like, that's a little toxic.
There's a lot of
Some
toxic
girls
people
are
out there, I'm
toxic.
telling you.
Some girls are
Yeah.
toxic.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Life on the edge, spicy.
They like a little mystery.
You know, Jack likes them when they email her, you know, because they're blocked already.
I mean, it's crazy. It's a crazy time to be dating, I think, right now, especially as an actor, as everything you are. But what do you think, what would you tell your younger version of yourself going into the dating scene and doing all that, knowing what you know now? What would you say to him?
Oh man, I would be like, let's sit down real quick. We gotta talk for a while.
Bring
not
the
one
bottle-
thing, my
bring
guy.
The bottle of tequila.
Yeah. I would tell my younger self, don't fantasize about the person you think you want. Because I think I had this idea of the type of woman I wanted. And I became almost like enchanted by this version of female. And I thought I would put that kind of,
Give us a quick set.
oh yeah.
Did it hate?
No, it's just overheated again.
Damn, we're speaking facts into this one.
We'll come back. We'll come back to
Pause
this.
it, because it was good.
All right, you can just pause it so we can. Oh, it's too much heat into one lens, bro. Hey, we're not doing a good job because that one didn't get heated.
That side of the room, dude. Come on.
He was speaking nothing but facts.
Puro modelo on that side, and normal looking people over here.
Oh man.
No, it's facts, bro. Like trying to, because like you already know you have a presence in the public eye. Has there ever been like a moment where they come up to you, they don't really know who you are, thinking, and they ask you, "Oh, what do you do?" Do you tell them you're an actor, you're a dancer?
Hell no. Nah.
What's your I do this.
Story.
Oh, what do you do for work?
I've said everything. I said plumber.
Stop.
Yeah. Yeah. I said plumber. I said janitor. I said male stripper one time. I ran with that one though. Yeah.
They probably hit
See,
you
Magic
like-
Mike, that was based off of me. You know?
Oh, where do you work at?
Yeah, right. Nah, so yeah, like I've done so many things to avoid that conversation. Up until recently, my brother actually pulled me aside. He's like, "Why don't you just?" Oh no, it wasn't my brother. It was somebody very close to me that was like, "Why don't you just say actor?"
Yeah.
And I go, "Good, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I don't just say actor, because then it's
Just tell the truth. Oh shit.
yeah. Oh, you know what? I know why now, and I just realized it's because when you say actor and they don't know what you've been in, it's the most awkward thing in the world. Because they're like, all right, what have you been in? And you say one thing, no, that ain't it. And you say, yeah, and then you say another thing, you're like,
I've never heard
nah,
about that.
keep going. I'm like, damn, I didn't ask you for your full resume. Like,
Deep credits, huh?
yeah.
What was your job application? Where'd you work?
For
What'd
real.
you do?
I'm like, well, you tell me what you think you've seen me in, and then maybe I'll say no. But it's always that awkward conversation I get when the people don't know, but they can kind of recognize where I'm from.
Yeah.
And then I've also been called actors that I'm not. Yeah.
What's the one everybody like mixes you up with more often?
It was when I was younger. It was the dude from 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what his name is.
I don't know his name,
I
but
know exactly.
we know.
Yeah, we know what you're talking about.
We know the
Yeah.
movie. Everybody
Yeah.
knows the movie.
And then I would get random like James Franco, which I didn't see. I'm like, bro, pass the joint.
It could have been worse.
Yeah.
It could have been worse.
I'm
At least
saying,
they
I'm
didn't
like,
say
all these
Seth
pictures aren't
Rogen.
bad.
They're not bad, but
You
I will
look like
say
James Franco. Oh my goodness.
I did get, and I've gotten this a couple times. One from Jennifer Lopez. She gave me a full book of The Godfather because she said I look like Brando. So I was like, I'll take that.
Take it.
I'll take.
From Jennifer Lopez. We'll take anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Te
Yeah,
pareces
you
a
look
Cepillín
Pee Wee.
también, güey.
Also, just the headline.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Yeah, because even like when we meet people, oh, what do you do? And especially if we go to events, it's like, oh, we just do oh, what do you do? Oh, we do a podcast. What do you guys talk about?
A little bit of this and a little bit of that.
5 seconds later, you're getting hella deep. We talk about mental health and all this.
Yeah.
What's the name? And then they say, what's the name of your podcast? That's also live.
And there's like
Oh.
that, or how you said, the awkward one of like,
Never heard of it.
never heard about it. I'm like,
Never heard of
oh, who do you have on? I'm like,
Yeah, where do you go
ooh.
from that now?
I'm like,
like,
I'm gonna go order more drinks.
yeah, for real.
It's okay. You have bad taste.
No.
Yeah.
It's because I feel like even going to some events, like we don't fit the average. I mean, in my eyes, we don't fit the average like influencer, because everybody's like, we're the total opposite of an influencer. Like we walk in and we're not, oh, let's take videos, let's do this, let's do TikToks. We're kind of more like, let's see the vibe, let's stay quiet, let's talk to ourselves, and we're just not like, we're social but not too social. Like unless if they come up to us to talk to us, we're good.
Yeah.
But if not, we're kind of just like, oh, look who's that. Oh, that's that person. Oh, that's that person. Okay, we're over here.
Man, I'm the same way. We just had upfronts in New York, and me and Kenny found a corner to hide. And mind you, we're like, that's Glenn Close, that's Sir Ben Kingsley, like around stars. And I'm like, kind of tripping out, to be honest. I'm like, hey, bro. Look.
Should we ask him for a picture? We went to the Bad Boys premiere, this last one, and we're literally in the red carpet. Obviously, no one knows us. We're just like chilling. But we're just like, oh, dude, look, that's that person. Oh, fuck. That's that
Side
person.
note, I just went to Benihana yesterday to celebrate my son's going from kindergarten to first grade.
We love Benihana.
Shout out to Benihana. You know, there we go. You love Benihana. And Martin Lawrence was right there, and I kind of fangirled. I was like, "That's Martin Lawrence." I was like, "Oh damn!" Yeah. One day we'll act together. I had to ask all the other people around me, and they looked at me like, "But aren't you?" Nah, ain't nobody to.
It's not the
So
same,
it was
bro.
when we went to the NFL one.
Oh, we went to the NFL premiere of the Netflix premiere of Receiver.
Oh, okay.
So we seen George Kittle,
Raw.
Amon-Ra. We seen,
seen the Giants,
Adams, and we're fans of football. So we seen them. We're just, and I did fangirl, bro. Like Justin Jefferson, we're walking into like the premiere, and our manager was with us, and she asked for a picture of him with him. So I was like, ah, perfect. Hey, you mind? Take a picture. And I was like, dude, do you know who the fuck that just was?
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know. He just had a big chain. I'm like, you're not allowed here, bro. You're not allowed here. And then we took a picture with Adams. Huge, bro. Huge. And I was just like, I just met this one.
Yeah.
But, you know, I could have gone pro, but my knee, got fucked up along the way.
Coach would have put me in.
You know, we had a bad coach.
Yeah.
Just
That
like when we talk
0-10
about,
record could have gone somewhere.
just like when we talk about soccer, he's like, no, sí, güey, iba con el Toluca ya, güey, iba a tratarme, pero me chingué la rodilla, güey, me la chingué. But, playing Sunday leagues. Do you still play?
So I just came off, like, what was it, a couple months. I was playing on the Sunday League. And mind you, I was on a Sunday League with all MMA fighters.
Inga su madre.
Oh.
So we ended that season with a big ass brawl.
Oh yeah, it sounds
hell
like
yeah.
those
Yeah.
the England videos where they literally all set up on the sides. It's like red versus blue.
Yeah.
and they just blow the whistle and everybody just meets in the middle.
Hey, mind you, I don't know if the other team knew what they were messing around with because we had the 2-time heavyweight champion
Oh,
on our team, and he's 6'7", like French dude. I'm like, y'all don't want any of the smoke. Like, please, for your own sake. I literally was pushing people out the way. I was like, please don't fight us.
Like please, for your
yeah,
safety,
for your
not our
safety. Yeah,
safety.
yeah,
Nah, I retired after last week. I pulled my hammy twice again.
yeah.
I look good for the first 50 minutes,
all
bro.
that matters.
And then
Is that
after
15
that,
or 50?
50.
Oh, 50. There we go.
Was I with a lot of oxygen? No, I was out of
Who
oxygen.
needs
already.
O2?
But just it was that last try to save the ball, and I just felt the pop. I was like, buddy,
Oh
I
man,
was like, that was it. That's a wrap.
bro, and you're young too.
I feel
Have
you.
the courage to go out there. For most people,
Fool, don't make me
Yeah.
good.
most people don't.
This is the one thing I don't want to play soccer with anymore is because like you get the uniform and it's like I'm a big dude, bro. I don't want the shorts all the way up here, the jersey all.
Yeah, vocals or what?
Nah, I mean, not gonna
¿Cuál
test
canción nos vas a cantar, bro?
Nah, bro.
Tenemos el tequila, but si quieres empezar.
Nah. But I was like super romantic with my relationships, and I think I just built them up too much to something that they weren't. And I didn't allow for the space for them just to be who they are. So I would just tell myself, just like meet people where they're at, not where you want them to be.
Ooh.
So
Damn.
what qualities do you look for now when it comes to dating?
Empathy, receptivity, open-mindedness, family dynamic for sure, especially when it comes to the father-daughter kind of relationships, I
Facts.
think that you got to have that some type of healthiness in there, or at least some kind of closure for whatever that was. Humor obviously is a big thing, and
Yeah.
I think attraction and sexual attraction kind of comes out later after all that now,
Yeah.
rather than when I was younger, like that would become first. So
What's the first thing that catches your eye of a person, of a girl?
probably eyes. Man, eyes will get me. Like I could be across the street and I
you
look
see
up,
it.
ooh,
Ooh.
get in a car accident.
Hit the reverse real quick.
That and a good smile, but like an authentic smile, because there's a lot of like put on smiles from like the influencers and TikTokers and all that. Like,
Yeah.
but a genuine smile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How often do you come across authentic and genuine people, especially being in the position that you are?
I can never really gauge because I don't know if I'm given enough time to understand if it is coming from an authentic place or not. Because I think a lot of people are really good at putting on this version of themselves that looks authentic.
Yeah.
It's not until I get days or weeks, and obviously I'm not going to be hanging out with people, nonstop like
Yeah.
that. So I usually just keep it close with my core group, my community, my 3 or 4 guys and girls that I call my brothers and sisters. And if you can vibe with them, that's kind of like a filter for me. It's like, okay, they are authentic.
Yeah.
And there's one specific, like my boy's girl, she's got this like radar. Like she can tell right away. It's like, nah, she ain't it. Like, keep it pushing. Yeah. Yeah.
It's your friend group or the people that's in your circle are like the make it or break it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could be cool with me and we can have a great time, but if I bring you here with everybody, my day ones that I'm always gonna be with, if I'm not with you and you don't get along, it was nice knowing you.
Yeah.
Te me cuidas,
Yeah.
pero te me alejas.
Give them the all like.
Adios.
And I think that it goes to show like what do you value more, or who do you choose, like your friends or your partner? And I think it just comes with how much history you have with with that person,
I think a true partner won't make you choose.
Oh.
Yeah, nah. A true partner understands
You're
the
spending
power
too
of
much
both.
time with them though.
Nah, because if you put everything on your partner, you're setting her or him up for failure.
Yeah.
There's a reason why she's got her girlfriends. There's a reason why you got your boys.
Mm-hmm.
that's not a one-stop shop for everything.
Yeah.
You know, she's not God, you're not God. So she and him have to understand the power of community. And there's some things you got to take to your boys and vet out before you go to your girl. You can't just be like, hey, I got this thought in my mind, and then say something, and now you can't go back from it.
Yeah.
And we all know that, like, we've all probably said something to our girls and been like, I wish I could take that back. I didn't really think that through, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that's why I believe everybody watching, that's why men talk to our barbers.
Yeah.
They might tell the next client, but it's not going to get back to me, you know?
And girls got their own version of that too. You know, I'm
Yeah.
starting to understand through my daughter, you know, girlfriends and healthy girlfriends can be the best driving force in a marriage or a relationship. They can be the ones pushing you guys together rather than like, oh, obviously you get the horror stories of being like, let's go to Vegas, let's go out, let's go crazy.
Damn.
Nah, those aren't the girls for
I
you.
was like, hey,
Yeah.
not the one.
Yeah, that's when you have to have the conversation like, all right, well, your group needs to mature a little bit because they're pulling you away from something great.
Yeah. And if you're happy with that person, then they should have no problem you being happy,
Yeah.
you know? And so fortunately we lost a soldier, right? They're gone because now they have a girlfriend. But it's like, hey, bro, you want to go out? I'm going to ask my girl if she wants to go, fool.
Ah.
My
Yeah.
girl come?
Can I take my girl?
No, you know what? Don't even come in here.
It goes for girls when it's a girls' night out. Can I
And then bring the man?
Can I bring my man?
Yeah.
No.
You're not
Yeah.
glad anymore.
Yours, not mine. Like my
Yeah.
best friend.
Have you guys seen that video? It's a place, a little like Taqueria Mexico, and the guys are like, yeah, noche de puro hombre, and then it's the girl sitting right there by herself, bro. So I'm just like, and I do agree with you because as growing up, you know, you're so in love, you think your person is the world, and there's nothing around it. There's no more other planets around, but it's like once you depend on them, and say they break your heart, who are you? What do you have?
Yeah.
You know, now you feel awkward going back with your homies or your girlfriends because you forgot about them throughout this whole relationship.
Man. And that I've had that. I went back to some of my homies and they were like, welcome back, motherfucker. Like, yes, they did.
We gotta
God
jump
bless
you
because they're
back in,
good
bro.
people. Yeah, right, for real. I took my
10
licks.
seconds
you know?
right here.
But they actually let me in and like, Ryan, this ain't the first time, bro. So like, you happen to pick the girls that do this. Like they either choose between her or us, and you always, of course, trying to be the good person, try to choose them,
Yeah.
and you sacrifice as much as you possibly can. You think through sacrifice you're showing love. That ain't it.
Yeah.
You're sacrificing something that's very good for you, which is your community. Don't sacrifice us.
Yeah.
Let her work through us.
Yeah. Yeah, because how you said, a great partner will never make you choose and will never make you give up something that makes you happy. And that's obviously promising to you, right? Because I'm sure as an actor, there's a lot of time you have to spend either learning lines, creating scripts, even looking for new opportunities or new ways to invent yourself. And that in itself takes a lot of time. We see you for an hour on the TV or in a 2-hour movie, but how much time did you spend recording, filming, you know, preparing for all of this? And even after you're done, you still need a break. So is there something that Ryan is still healing from that he probably hasn't told anybody?
I've been more open than I've ever been in my entire life this past year or 2 years, man. So no, if there is, it's just maybe I forgot about it or we haven't touched upon or asked the question for it. But the reason why I went celibate after my divorce was for trying to break a cycle where I saw of young men in general, you know, again, going back to the romantic that I've grown up to be, you give girls in my history as much time and effort as you can, and then they dump you for the bad guy and the sketchy dude and the dude with tattoos on all, and then you start becoming like that guy thinking you can get the
need to be
girl,
that, yeah.
and then you turn into the quote-unquote fuck boy. So it's like, all right, well, I'm just going in a cycle now.
Yeah.
And now I'm damaging girls so that they don't feel comfortable enough to open up to the right man. So it's just we're hurt people kind of deal.
Yep.
And I didn't want no part of that anymore. So I was like, no. Let me heal
Yeah.
first off, and the next person I, have that kind of type of relationship with, I want to have some kind of connection. It's not based off of trauma.
Yeah.
And I'm not hurting this individual. And she's active and she's understanding in this process as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would just say that, we got to grow as a species, to be honest, because it's just more of the same thing. And I don't want my son or my daughter to be going through that, and I know they will. But hopefully I can lead by example.
Temptation, man. It's always going to be out there, whatever way, shape, or form, right? If you are recovering from alcohol, boom. If you're recovering from, the other sex, I mean, there's always going to be something out there that tests you when you're trying to be a better version of yourself, right? I've spoke about it many times. Like, I thought coming to LA was success. Like, you need to party, you need to party all day, be around a lot of people, and at the end of the day, you're left with nothing. Lonely, broken, broke, and everybody's just there for the fun moments, but no one's there for the hard moments.
Mm-hmm.
And until that moment of like, you know what, guys, I don't have nothing else left to give. We're gonna record because we need to show up, but once we're done here, we're going home. We could go eat, but I gotta head out. I can't do this no more. And with change comes people letting go, on their own, because you may not fit their lifestyle no more, because their lifestyle was you in your fun era, basically running yourself to the wall. But you healing, that's not fun no more. That's not me. So we believe in you get to a point in your life where you hit the next chapter, and the only person big enough and has the perfect fit to fit through the door is you. You can't always bring everybody with you as much as you want to, as much as you want to bring your friends, your relationship. Maybe they're just not serving you the way you need to be in order for you to be this version of yourself.
Yeah.
Have you ever caught yourself in that position?
Plenty of times. I had a friend that I had met out here. He was one of the first friends that I had met in LA, who I joke with my ex-wife. I was like, you got him in a divorce, Yeah, I haven't spoken to him in a couple years. I'm like, damn, I don't know, you a ghost. All right, bro. That being said, I got love for him, but it is what it is, and it's that detachment that you have to learn through those kind of events.
Yeah.
It's not something easy ever, because
100%.
Your boys are your boys, but it's part of life. And at that point in time, I realized that actually who I was being with him and the person I was showing up was not a true representation of me. I was giving more than I was getting a lot of the times.
Ooh. Yeah.
And I'm over here asking for God for the next level, and he's like, well, fucking let go.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to do it, but if you don't want to, not much I can do.
Here you go.
Yeah.
And it made me become aware of, I can't remember who said it, but I learned it through therapy again, but there's 3 versions of ourselves. One that you present to people, one that you think you are, and then the person you actually are. And I started to understand what that actually meant through all of these kind of events. I was like, oh shit, so I was putting on to make everybody else feel comfortable. That's not who I really am, and I was feeling defeated through that.
Yeah.
And then I was feeling defeated at the same time of trying to uphold this thing that I thought I was. Yeah. And then I'd go home and I'd fall back to who I really am. And I'm like, oh, well,
It wasn't that.
now I got to build this person up first.
Yeah.
All the other shit will come.
Yep. You can only learn that by events.
Yeah.
You can only learn that by living life. And, that's why men's mental health, we said it last week, like, don't find a permanent solution to a temporary problem.
Yes.
You become a voice for those people that feel like they have no answers, but then you go through life and you figure them all out, right? Like, I don't know about everybody here, but I never imagined this to be this version.
Everything happens for a reason. I think at the end of the day, you kind of look back and you're like, oh, this is why I went through X, Y, and Z, and this is why shit hit the fan, and all this kind of stuff, and it all kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
to the position that you end up being in.
Yeah. There's a there's a quote that you had said.
Always got a good quote.
I like keeping them, but it was something along the sense of fail forward.
Yeah, yeah. I had this thing going on for years upon years. It was try, fail, learn, grow, repeat. Because I knew failure was just part of the game, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm come from an athletic background. I'm like, failure is the point you want to meet with. It's just another form of opportunity.
Yeah.
But to that quote, it was me trying to reposition something that was thought of as negative to be something positive and make it work for me rather than against me.
Yeah.
So let it be the wind beneath my wings rather than something that's holding me down.
And then the other one was like staying composed under chaos.
Yeah, that was through fighting. I
Yeah.
had to get my ass beat quite a bit to learn that one. I take that more into this kind of stuff. I had an event years and years ago where I spoke out of turn because of an emotional, and I was going through so much more than the whole world knew, but no one cared and no one knew the backstory to it. But I realized that I wasn't calm in that chaotic moment, and it was reflective of everything in my life. It's kind of why I got this tattoo actually here, is just strengthen the mind, overcome the body. It's like, if I can't control my mind, then I can't control anything. You know, that's the only thing I really have control over at the end of the day. So, yeah.
What did, just kind of, because I don't think we've touched into your MMA journey, what did that do to you mentally? Because I know physically, it's a whole training series, but I feel like there's a mental portion of it that I don't think is highlighted enough.
So I got into it originally for two reasons, multiple reasons, but these two top reasons were, one, I was getting picked on a lot, and you know, being a pretty boy, kind of everybody thinks has the assumption of you. And growing up in SAC, it's just like, let me test this pretty boy, right? I can pick on this pretty boy. And I would, you know, there's certain people that were affiliated that always made it seem cool to be rough edged and get into fights and this, that, and the third. And I was kind of a little scared of it, to be honest. So I wanted to overcome this fear.
Yeah.
And then the other reason was kind of the philosophy behind Bruce Lee. It was like this mastering of self in the most primal aspect, where I'm kind of risking everything. You know, one wrong punch could leave me brain dead. And I was like, all right, well, screw the prettiness, screw all this stuff. Like, let me hop in there with the big dogs and see what happens. And when I started training, I started just finding this, it's weird to say, but this sense of peace. The doors would shut on the octagon, and all the noise in my head would go away. And all I had to do was focus on this one person in front of me. And it was so nice that I became addicted to it. And then I just lived out Bruce Lee's words, to be honest. I trained as much as I possibly could. I tried to learn as much martial arts as I could.
Yeah.
And I saw that it would evolve in my personal life. So it was one, I say this a lot of the times, that one key can be the key that opens the door to many doors. I don't know if I said that correctly, but but you understood it. You got it. It's been a long podcast. But yeah, that's kind of what it was. It was like I got to see myself in a light that I probably hadn't prior. And it honestly got me out of fights in the streets. I haven't had a fight in the streets in 15, 16 years.
That's great, bro.
So, you know, I'm being good.
Don't hang out with this guy. Don't hang out with this
No,
guy.
never.
Man.
It's up his face.
Every time we're out, you want to fight today? No, bro, no.
It's just jokes.
Listen, a couple times in the cage will cure you of that, because you'll realize real
Put 'em
quick.
in.
Yeah.
Throw him in. Hey,
I'm good.
Next podcast, special edition video.
Yeah.
Straight from the octagon.
Hell yeah.
No way.
It's hey,
It's time.
it's just yeah.
But I
mean,
learned so much from MMA. That's why I continue to do it. And as I got older, it became a dream of mine, to be honest, to open up an MMA gym / art studio combined for people that are going through the juvenile system. It's still a dream of mine, because as I would connect with so many other individuals that were kind of like, in a lighter sense, running from their past lives, trying to escape whatever they grew up in, they were able to create a new life through fighting, and they found a sense of peace, and we got to become a brotherhood, a community. And I would love to give that to all the kids that are kind of being taught something else.
Fuck yeah, bro.
When it happens, because it will happen.
And it will happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where we at? The 20?
We're at 8 minutes left.
Oh, pause it so we can just finish it up here. Is this the longest podcast you've been on?
I don't know how long we've been on this, but
We really.
About an hour.
Hour and 15.
Yeah.
I think so, actually. Yeah. Yeah.
It's because
Y'all breaking records.
like when we started, it used to be like 50 minutes, right? And it was cool, but then we had that backlash of cut it up in 30 minutes. No mames, right? Like you can't really get conversations.
You're missing
out like
a lot
that.
of it,
Yeah. And then when everybody was a part of it, we started doing hour and a half. And then someone had told us, oh, just cut it down to like maybe 45. Maybe that's how you're going to get more traction, more numbers on YouTube. And then we tried like a 45, 50-minute one, and we have so much backlash with it. Like, bro, that's too short. We want to hear more. Where's the second part? We're like, fuck, we didn't record another one. So we just figured out, like,
So now we do 30 minutes. Like that's like the regular.
Okay.
And then whatever we pass on is like, all right, is it dragging it? Is it not? Like
Yeah.
It's usually like an hour minimum, and then hour like 30. if
like
anything.
our podcast, it's known for clips. For the real day ones that listen because they want to either heal something, resonate with something, or just find peace in some sort, they listen to the full hour 30, hour 15, hour 20. And that's just because that's what I listen to. I listen to a lot of podcasts, motivational speakers, and I could listen to them for an hour, hour 15. Like I go to the gym when I do fools, relax, relax.
I know
Okay.
he's returning back fast. I know he's in the sauna or doing cardio.
Yeah.
No, he'll post it though. He'll be like, "Read this."
I post it so everybody can see it. And I instead of music, I just put on a podcast or a motivational speech. I'm like, music is cool for me, but like I think I'm just so, I would say like weird in a sense because I don't listen to like hype music. I listen to instrumentals, some sad ass Sam Smith or some sad
Oh,
song.
shit.
And I'm
Yeah,
like,
okay.
like quiero llorar, güey. But I get into like
Just let it out, fool.
Yeah. But I get into this mindset of like, I'm at the lowest right now. I need to win this battle here in order to get out of it. So like for a while I would do big benches. I think I got up to like 4 or 5.
Damn.
But like I've always said, like when I'm under it, there's one option: either I get it out and I save everybody, or I let it defeat me.
I was always so mad. I trained maybe for like 6 years powerlifting, right? 4 or 5 like the milestone. I barely got it, but every time we used to train with him, we just load up 4 or 5 like nothing.
I'm just unhealthy, bro.
Screw the 100 guys versus one gorilla. Just
It's because he's mad. Because I'll go 7-Eleven, the buffalo chicken roller, a little energy drink. You know,
you're like you strict on your diet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I compete competitively nationally.
Oh,
I take it
damn.
serious, and then
Wow.
over here doing 4 or 5 like nothing.
chicken
Like,
strips
He's
when we
on
go
the
out,
friggin'
bro.
Monster energy drink.
Like they eat like salads and steaks and all that, bro. I'm just like, give me the chicken sandwich, bro.
Chicken
tenders.
Chicken tenders. Give me the fried calamari, bro.
Dang.
Fuck it. And especially at Benihana, the fried rice.
Oh,
The extra
man.
fried rice.
Yeah.
Did you
Oh.
get that fried rice yesterday?
Yeah, I got 2 boxes full because I made sure to like order extra.
You should have got a Benihana. That's like one of the. We don't throw birthday parties. We just go to Benihana.
The same thing. Same thing.
I've been there one time in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta go
man.
more.
Yeah.
We gotta go more.
There it is.
Yeah.
Is there a Shogun in LA?
What's the Shogun?
It's like a Benihana, but
Oh, you haven't been to like the Temu editions of those?
There's a Timu edition of Benihana? I didn't know it could get
There's-
Timu and
yeah.
shit.
I think the Shogun.
What's the one in Arcadia? Tokyo Wako.
Go walk up.
Same
Uh-uh.
thing. So if Benihana's packed that shit in Arcadia,
Yeah.
we go to Tokiowako because nobody's there.
Okay. Let me find out.
They have like
Okay.
four cooks, bro, and they're all homies right there.
Yeah.
But my dad, he hates waiting. He's very impatient.
Yeah.
Is in Michoacan. Like, if he needs to wait an hour, leave. Go home. Doesn't want to wait. He won't wait. So every time they want, like, my little sister is a big fan of, like, fried rice. So she's like, let's go eat Tokiowako. Or Benihana. My dad's like, no, vamos a Tokiowako. Más rápido. So literally, I think for the past, like, 20 birthdays, bro?
Dang.
Benihana's.
Okay.
Committed.
Benihana's.
I haven't been there that much, but you got like a card, huh?
Memberships, actually.
membership.
I'm from the membership era now.
Yeah.
No, I think we used to go to the Sherman Oaks one, and that's like obviously like in some of them they have like all the stars that would go and stuff.
Yeah.
So from there it started, just everybody going as a family with my mom's side and everything, and then it just transitioned into us over here in Arcadia, birthdays, celebrations. I think one day we were hungry and we just fucking showed up.
Yeah.
I mean, I
We
get
didn't
it.
wait, so it was cool.
I get it. Growing up in Sac, I mean, hometown buffet was the shit. So like,
Hell yeah.
you
Out
know,
of business now, no?
yeah. Now they're not. They're
Hey,
gone.
whoa.
So-
They're moved on, bro. They just moved on. Bigger, better things.
But going to Benihana was like fine dining. I was like,
Yeah.
damn, we made it.
Hometown
They
buffet was
cook it
fine
for
dining,
us.
though.
I was like, I
Hometown
remember
buffet was fine
birthday
dining,
there
bro.
one time.
Bro, with the guy, the steak
Yeah,
guy.
waiting for it. How many?
Sunday.
How many?
3.
Then the soup. Oh, you paid for the salad?
Oh.
You want an appetizer and not just water?
Or go to Sizzlers?
Hella big ice cream thing, you know, the little soft serve.
All
Yeah.
the sprinklers are all over the floor and shit. All right, we said this when we went to San Francisco a couple months ago. What is a Bay Area term that's not in Cali?
Oh man, I don't even know if I'll be representing because
Talk
I'm
about
I'm not Bay Area. Sacramento is its own thing, and let it stand on it.
it. Those who aren't from the north, they might.
They might confuse us
Confuse it
with.
and put it
We
all
are
in one.
heavily influenced and affiliated with the Bay Area, but Bay Area is more like Oakland, San Jose, Vallejo, San Fran. Sacramento is
It's-
a little
It's a
further
different
to the right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there certain terms that you
a
guys say
Northern
in Sac?
California term.
Nah, I mean, to be honest, it's been 15 years since I lived there, and I think the thing that I kept the most was just something simple like hella. I say hella all the time, and they're like, "Oh, NorCal, okay, yeah, yeah." But now they got all these new terms. I'm sure when I go back, it's all like young cats out there making new words. So
Yeah,
I'm a dad now, bro. I say dad jokes.
No one gets it, bro. And you're just like, oh, I thought everybody was gonna get it.
Yeah, crickets.
So I'm the one that has kids from the group, so they're just like, bro, you're just such a dad, dog, taking care of everybody.
What about Miss Rachel though?
Ooh, Noah, what's the one that Noah plays all the time? No, not Roblox. The videos. They're nervous as hell right now too.
What do your kids keep you busy in right now? With all.
Oh, like watching?
Yeah.
Oh man.
What theme song do you know right now?
That you never expected to be knowing.
There's one that my daughter's singing right now, and I'm gonna murder this, but it's like ah pata pata ah pata pata. Man, my daughter will be coming in there. Is that Bruno Mars?
Yeah.
Yeah. In there, but I thought it was a girl, no?
Bruno and Rose.
Rose, okay, yeah. Yeah. So that's the one that's like stuck in my head. Like she's singing it for the last 2-3
Is she a
weeks.
dancer too?
We're working on the rhythm, but yeah, she's a dancer for sure.
Yeah.
She
My
can get
daughter,
down.
her name is Genevieve.
Get the hell out of here, dude.
Oh, my mama.
All right. Well, we are the same person.
I think so, bro.
Yeah.
Somos tocayo.
Yeah,
We're brothers in
bro.
another
Yeah,
lifetime
my
or
little
something.
brother.
Yeah, my daughter's 3. She'll be 4. Is born on the same day as my older sister.
Okay.
But she's just a dancer with no rhythm, but she a lot of sass.
Yeah. Oh man. She hits this like little thing with her like she like look at me like like get in my mouth.
And she gives you the eye, you're just like,
Yeah.
fuck. 'Cause,
Sometimes with the glasses on. Yeah.
dude, they're life-changing.
Yeah.
Life-changing.
Yeah.
And I think we've had such an amazing conversation with you, brother.
Oh man.
Like, we got to know Ryan outside of his success, right? Who is this person when he goes home? And I think that's what everybody got today.
Oh man, thank you for the blessing and the opportunity to talk to y'all. And
You know, I mean,
yeah, it's been a pleasure.
you've
It really
inspired
has.
us, and I think anybody who listens to this episode will listen and leave it feeling inspired,
Yeah.
feeling grounded, and feeling confident, and feeling in everything.
1,000.
I hope so.
If there's a message to those fathers out there that are maybe struggling with self-worth, struggling with feeling like they're a great father, what would you tell them?
Just keep showing up. Just keep showing up. There's every reason to quit, but just keep showing up. You know, find the reason not to. That's all I could kind of say. And again, that the reason you're doubting yourself so hard is because you are a good dad. If you weren't, you wouldn't care.
That part.
Y con esa los vamos, güey. Nah. Man, thank you, bro, for an amazing conversation, for spending a little time with us on your relaxing days. So we're very appreciative of giving us your time. And in a short time, too. We set this up within a
You
week.
set it up quick.
If they
Yeah.
wanted to, they would.
Yeah.
Nah, I told him, I was like, hey, whatever day he says, we're showing up. Whatever day it is.
Figure schedule.
He said, "I don't
We're like,
care
all
what
right,
time."
so-
Dang.
You know how you said, like, you were fangirling when you were at Benihana?
Yeah.
That's me right now. So, you know,
It's been a great conversation.
it's been a great
Oh, man.
conversation.
I didn't get to talk to Martin Lawrence though. Damn.
Guess you gotta go
Next
Benny
time,
Hill
yeah.
again.
I guess we gotta go tomorrow.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. Invite Genevieve, I'll invite mine.
Shit, twins. But I hope everybody loved the conversation. I hope you subscribe, you share, and let us know what you think. So, Toast to Life Podcast, baby. Most authentic, most organic podcast.
there it is.